Back in my corporate days, I ended up working on presentations late into the night, many a times even past midnight. But I always told myself that it was a temporary thing, though deep inside I felt exhausted and a sense of resentment. That's when I realized that I'm not bad at time management, I'm bad at setting healthy boundaries. Hi, I'm your coach Bhakti, and I want to welcome you to the second edition of the 5 Minute Micro Workshop. Today's topic: say no at the workplace without feeling guilty. So let's get started. Why does saying a no feel so hard? Take a moment to think and answer. What comes to your mind? What are the exact thoughts when you want to say a no but end up saying a yes? Do you feel like you're letting somebody down? Like you're being selfish or difficult? Like you're letting go of opportunities? All of these thoughts and feelings lead to a bigger negative feeling: guilt. And this guilt surfaces almost every day in various scenarios. When our seniors and bosses ask us to do something and we don't know what to say. When our colleague approaches for some help and we are already swamped with work. When we feel it is our responsibility to fix the emotions of others. All of these situations make us feel guilty. And that is why it becomes extremely hard to say a no. This guilt that you feel, it comes from years of conditioning. The idea that being nice, agreeable, and always available is the only way to be seen as valuable. So we keep feeling guilty and we keep not saying a no. But what if I told you that saying no confidently is a sign of a strength and not a sign of weakness? When you say no, it signifies your planning and prioritization skills. It shows a sense of awareness, and it also shows compassion for yourself and others. All of these are very important power skills and soft skills which can play a big role during your promotion and appraisal. But how do we say a no? How do we get rid of this guilt? So, I'm going to share with you three practical steps that will help you get rid of the guilt and also rewire that internal script. First, I want you to start small. What that means is say no to things that are low profile. For example, don't reply to emails late in the night. Don't answer calls after working hours. And if the meetings are optional, then feel free to decline. This is how you're going to build that habit as well as mental muscle towards saying a no. Second, describe the guilt and then reframe it. So if your guilt says, I'm being difficult, reframe it to, I'm being clear and fair to myself. Let's look at some more examples. If your guilt says they'll think I'm lazy, then you reframe it to, I'm saying energy to do quality work. If your guilt says I have to do it all, then you reframe it by saying I can choose what to take on. If your guilt says if I say no, I'll disappoint them, then you say if I say yes to everything, I will disappoint myself. After reframing, I want you to write this down, repeat it daily till it becomes an automatic robotic voice in your head and you're able to say no. And the third step, after you have done steps one and two, is to notice the ripple effect of saying a no. This means that the more and more you practice on a daily basis how to say no and start saying it confidently, others will start respecting your boundaries and they will accept your no without any hesitation. And ultimately, you will be able to rewire that conditioning and say a no without feeling guilty. Let's look at some examples of what saying no at the workplace could look like. So, first, I cannot take this up right now because I'm caught up in another project. This shows that you are aware of your resources, you are aware of your bandwidth, and know when you can take on extra work. I would love to help out, but this isn't my area of expertise. Why don't you ask X? It shows that you are willing to help but are not in the position to do so. You're also suggesting a solution. Third, this falls outside my scope. Let's check with the team lead. Thanks for inviting me, but I'll have to say a no this time. You can use this when there's a social gathering or a meeting planned outside of working hours, but you're not able to attend for any reason. And last, I appreciate the opportunity, but I'll need to decline. I log off by 6:30 p.m. Can we schedule this during working hours? It shows that you are respecting not just your time, but the time of others as well. And now I'm going to share some reminders with you that will help you say a no confidently. Because when you say a no, it is not an obstacle to your success, it in fact becomes a means to your success. So you need to remember that when you were hired, it was for your unique skills and perspectives and not your ability to say a no. Definitely not to become a yes person. When you're saying a no, it is a sign of your capacity and not your capability. It means that you're aware that you don't have the bandwidth to take on new things right now. It does not mean you're not qualified or talented, and that you're not disrespecting others, you're only protecting yourself. So the next time you feel guilty about saying a no, take a deep breath and remind yourself of your worth. If any of this resonated with you, if you want to get a deeper understanding on what it means to say a no and how to go about saying a no with your colleagues, then connect with me at a personal level for my boundaries management program and master classes. I will share all the details in the description below. Thank you for listening.